5:45, we got the Cheez Bowl, number 19 Clemson, which is at 9-3, plays Iowa State, which is at 7-5. Clemson favored by 2.5 points on ESPN. And so Clemson obviously had a down year this year, but I think 9-3 is not a bad year, guys. I mean, it really isn't. You lost those 2 games early. You got one to Georgia and one to NC State, which both finished in the top 25. Actually, every single team you lost to finished in the top 25. It's not like you had a bad loss on your resume. You ended up losing to Georgia, which was the 3rd. Is now the third best team in the entire country, and was the number 1 team in the entire country. And that wasn't a large loss. You guys barely lost that game. Sorry. Got allergies since I'm in Pennsylvania. You also ended up losing the NC State game in double overtime. I don't find that one that embarrassing, too. You were able to send the number 18 team in the country to double overtime. I mean, it's pretty good. And then Pitt is a top 15 team. They ended up winning the ACC. So I don't think any of these losses are that much to be embarrassed about if you're Clemson. But the real worrying thing is DJU. He went 187 of 342 this year for only a 54.7% completion percentage. 2,059 yards, but on the other side of that, only 9 touchdowns compared to 9 interceptions. So, yeah, not the best year through the air. And the fact is, I don't know if it's going to get much better. Sure, he has room to improve. But it's not like he started as a true freshman, guys. This guy saw playing time last year. He should have been better than this. I think I go. Will Shipley kind of emerged as the season went on, and that's how their offense relies upon. He ended up having 131 carries for 678 yards and 10 total touchdowns. Justin Ross, through the air, obviously the best playmaking threat. Still not that many yards, though. Only 46 catches for 514 yards. Obviously, you'd like to see more out of an explosive offense like that, but 3 total touchdowns. Brock Purdy, the Iowa State quarterback, he ended up not having the worst year, although it was kind of, he should have had a better one considering the talent around him. He ended up going 269.
Nice.
368, threw for 3.1% completion percentage, 2,984 yards, and an 18 touchdowns to 7 interception ratio. Again, 18 touchdowns isn't a lot for a quarterback, but it is. It's definitely better than 9. That's for sure. Ooh. Breece Hall has been their offense, though, because I'm a little bit worried, though, because I think, I may be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Breece Hall opted out to go into the draft. And listen to this stats. This is what you're losing, this kind of production. 253 carries for 1,472 yards in 20 touchdowns. That is a lot of touchdowns to be taking away from your football team. Breece Hall has been easily their most explosive playmaker, but if they want to make it up, they got to rely on this guy, which is going to be Xavier.
I always believed I couldn't be the only one in the world. The only person who was different. And here you are. Charles Xavier.
Hutchinson, 82 catches for 953 yards and 5 touchdowns. Now, these two teams have never played before. Iowa State has not done well in bowl games, if I'm going to be honest, 5-11. And Clemson's been not great, 25-22, but at least over 500, which is better than most teams, if we're going to be honest. Iowa State is kind of a disappointment. Both these teams are disappointments. Most of these teams had hype getting into this year that they could be playoff contenders. Iowa State definitely. They were expecting a Big 12 championship, and that is not something that came their way after they had a just absolute demoralizing loss to Iowa, just getting crushed like that. Iowa State later on in the year had a chance to beat Oklahoma and chance to tie the game with a touchdown and an extra point. But Brock Purdy's pass was a little bit too high on 4th down and when they were in the red zone, and unfortunately was not able to come away with that win. There's a lot of ifs and or buts this year. They ended up losing to Texas Tech this year off a 62-yard field goal for the win. there's a lot of question marks. Like, what if for this Iowa State thing this year? And it's kind of sad because they had a lot. This was their year to actually make a splash in the college football playoffs, and they did not do that. That's for sure. Clemson, on the other hand, was disappointing to start the year, but after that Pitt loss, has not lost since. So pretty solid on that regard. Clemson looks like the better football team, if I'm going to be honest. Clemson has been playing at a high level, and sure, they don't rely on DJU all that much, but Will Shipley is enough to carry them to victories, although not as good as obviously Travis Etienne and Wayne Gallman. Will Shipley's a solid running back, and he definitely can carry them to victories and use DJU as little as humanly possible. Iowa State's really going to have to rely on Brock Purdy's arm and Xavier Hutchinson's hands if they want to win this game, so we'll see. I think this is going to be a Clemson victory, though.